Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the newest episode of the Sports Rate. As always, I am your host, Cole Thompson, intern Cole. Today I'm solo. I could not get anybody on. It's been a very busy week for me with school and everything, getting towards the end of the semester. But I had to bring you guys an episode. I couldn't leave you hanging. So I am solo today. So stay with me here. But I am very excited today because we got something to talk about that's very interesting, and that is Phillies baseball. Today is opening day. By the time you're seeing this, the game has already started. I'm recording this a little bit earlier in the day. I pre-record my episodes, but I hope everybody's doing great. But let's get into a little bit of some other Philly teams first. Let's talk a little bit about the Sixers last night. I didn't get to watch the game. I talked to Kadahata a little bit about it. He gave me a little bit of a rundown one-on. So from what I've heard, it was a tough one for him. It was a tough one for him last night. Danny Green played well. He went 6 of 7 from 3. And something Kata said that really was interesting to me was he said, yeah, Joel didn't he played all right last night. He had 30 points and 10 rebounds. We're at the point where Joel putting up 30 and 10 is just daily. Like, that's just a regular thing. Like, if he doesn't put up 30, it's a bad night, which is crazy to me, but it's just a way. It just shows how good he's played and how clear cut of the MVP is. I don't get why people he put a back-to-back 40 plus point games, and his odds got worse to win the MVP. It's insane to me that with all that's going on. There's a TV going on in the background. I'm gonna turn that off. That's my roommates, but sorry, don't want to distract you guys. I didn't realize that till now. But yeah, it's just crazy to me how 30 points is just a regular thing from him. Like, I don't think there's any discussion at this point. Joel Embiid should be the league MVP. In my opinion, it's not even close. Like, all credit to Jokic and what Giannis have done this season, but what Joel Embiid has done is just been on another level. And you factor in all he dealt with the Ben Simmons thing, with now James Harden struggles and not having a bench and having to deal with Doc Rivers. He's dealt with so to me, he is the clear-cut MVP. I think he should be for all of you too. But takeaways from what I've heard from the Sixers game, it just was a tough night. Harden wasn't playing well. Maxey played well. Danny Green played well. But when both Harden and Tobias are also off, and Embiid is just having like I said, just having a 30-point game, which I can't be mad at Joel Embiid for putting up 30 points. But Joel Embiid didn't have one of those next level games for himself. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Sixers fell last night, and I believe, let me check the standings real quick on where I think they have games left, I believe. I think they play tomorrow at 1, and then I think they play Monday. Let me just double check on this real quick. So the Sixers play tomorrow and Sunday. Yeah, Sunday's the end of the regular season. So the Sixers play tomorrow and Sunday. They play Saturday, they host the Pacers. Sunday, they host the Pistons. They should be able to end this season with 2 wins. But looking at the standings currently in the NBA, in the Eastern Conference, I believe the Heat locked up the 1 seed. Yes, the Sixers are going to end up more than likely being 3 or the 4. So they're going to be getting the Raptors or the Bulls in round 1. Honestly, I would rather, surprisingly, I know Matisse can't play against Toronto. I know we just lost to the Raptors, but part of me would rather play the Raptors than the Bulls because it would set you up better to be able to play the Heat potentially in round 2 compared to having to play the Bucks or the Celtics in round 2, or the Bucks or the Celtics in round 2. But all in all, you got to focus on the Raptors. Clearly, last night you didn't get the job done. Not having Matisse 3 out of the 7 games is going to be bad because Matisse is a very valuable defender. I believe Matisse, he's vaccinated. I believe he's unboosted, and Toronto's very strict on their vaccine laws, or their vaccine rules. So, and you know what? Whether you agree with them or not, those are the rules. Those are the rules that Toronto has set, and the city of Toronto has set, and you have to follow them. So if Matisse doesn't get the booster shot, which I'm not going to say whether I think he should or shouldn't, that's not his choice. I'm not going to get political at all. But, you know, it's up to him, and it could hurt the team. It could not. It all depends. Matisse's defensive value was, I feel like, sorely missed last night from what I was hearing. But like I said, I didn't watch the game. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I didn't get to watch the game. It's not really fair for me to talk about it too much. But what do want to do is um, I want to do an NFL and mock draft with you guys again. We did one on the Grease the Polls with Katahat. We're going to do one here again. We're going to do a 7 round with the Eagles only, especially now that they had the pick trade. So I'm going to share my screen. My computer is lagging like crazy here. So no, I'm rejecting all trades, by the way. So Derek Stingley's off the board. He was a big guy that I looked at with Kata when we went through it. But Trayvon Walker goes 1, Malik Willis 2. What the okay, no. What? Yeah, we're restarting. What? Okay, what the hell? Did you guys see that? That was a little bit of a ridiculous draft, but hey, if it happens again, it happens again. Let's see who goes 1. Kayvon Thibodeau, Malik Willis, Aiden Hutchinson. So we'll go through a little bit of rundown here. Jordan Davis goes 12. Charles Cross goes 10. Trayvon Walker 8. Evan Neal, Kyle Hamilton, Aiden Hutchinson. This is a little bit more believable, I guess. I do think Aiden Hutchinson will go 1. But for me, if he's there, there is no question who the Eagles should take, and that is Derek Stingley Jr. So then we are back at pick 18. This is tough. This is tough because now, and if you saw in the first one, we got Karlaftis, sorry to pronounce that, and Devin Lloyd, but we're not able to get both of them. For me, the need of linebacker is much more than the need of a edge rusher. So I will take Devin Lloyd at pick 18. I love Devin Lloyd. I think he is going to be a stud. So I would love for the Eagles to draft him. Reject. So let's look at the receivers because the Eagles desperately are going to need a receiver. Pick 51. You know what? When's our next pick is another thing I want to pay attention to. Not till round 3. I think this might be a little bit of a reach, but I think he's going to turn out to be a stud. He flies. It is insane. I know it's not what they need, but they need a receiver. At this point, you can't be picky on what archetype of receiver you get. So give me John Mechie. I think he's going to be very, very good in the league. So right now we got Derek Stingley Jr., John Mechie, and Devin Lloyd. I don't want your damn newsletter. So next we can go. Let's look at the edge rushers. Offensive line. See, now this is the issue. I feel like it's a little bit of a reach, but Kingsley. I like the idea of going Kingsley here. I know the Eagles love to beef up that O-line. You can really never have too many O-linemen, but I think that the edge rusher is a little bit more needed. So let's go back over. I would like to look at the offensive line. Also, Rasheed Walker might be their next pick. I like Rasheed Walker. I watched a lot of him because he played at Penn State. He's very, very talented. But here, I could see the Eagles doubling down on a receiver. Calvin Austin, I feel like he's going to be pretty solid. I don't know. He's just a good receiver, as that little blurb about him said. I think I'm going to go Waltz go here. Get that little O-line help that the Eagles are going to, I feel like, will end up taking. Another thing I could see them doing here is a running back. I don't really see Hassan Haskins. I really like Hassan Haskins. I think he is going to be a stud. But here, nobody really sticks out to me at receiver. Defensively, I could see them getting a D tackle, especially with the aging of. But you know what? What could the Eagles do here? Ooh. Hold up. There's a guy I want to see if he's here. He's not there. I don't know why. But I feel like this might be a reach. I think Smoke Monday is going to be an absolute animal. So yeah, maybe this is a little bit of a reach there, but Smoke Monday is a hard hitting, over the top. He reminds me very similar play style as Brian Dawkins. So now, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to be Brian Dawkins, but I definitely think that there is the potential there for a very similar type of player. Let's go back to receivers. Yeah, there's none really there. Defense. I don't know. Elias Brooks. I mean, I am biased towards Elias Brooks. I think he has a chance to be very good, but I won't reach there. Maybe just go another corner here. Castro Fields. He was, I mean, he wasn't the. See, I feel like Castro Fields. He's very good at press coverage, but he also gets burnt a little too much. But he's more going to be of a rotational corner, so we'll take him there. We're at 162 now. Another tough one for me here, but let's see if he's there. You took Hassan Haskins from me again. Okay, well, I'm just going to take a running back because I think the Eagles do draft a running back. I think they probably would go Hassan Haskins. So we'll go Kennedy Brooks here. Don't know much about him. And we are at 166 now. Jesus. Oof. Man, this whole draft thing, my whole draft plan just right out the window. You know what? This is tough. Where do I see the Eagles going? I could see D tackle here. I could see edge rusher. They already got 2 corners. Just go all. We'll go Henningsen. We'll go Henningsen there at D tackle just because, Fletcher Cox has a year or 2 left. There's no real worry. They really need to kind of beat that up. I don't know if Milton Williams is the guy. I think he played the best this past season, but at the end of the day, they seem to have a lot of faith in him. So we'll go to offense. I think they just go, why not just grab another receiver? Ooh, Naylor? Or Elias Brooks is no longer there. Shoot. See, this is tough because my thing is here, you kind of already addressed all the needs you get. I don't see a quarterback that sticks out. I don't really see anything that sticks out to me. So I could see the Eagles just going best player available here. Another receiver, Bo Melton. I've read up a little bit on him. He's not my favorite. So this is what I could see the Eagles doing. Stingley, Lloyd, Mechie. Those are 3 solids. After that, it's not the best draft. A lot of things didn't fall your way. Now, I could just be a horrendous drafter. That's always possible. Smoke Monday, I like. I like Smoke Monday a lot. These 3 and Smoke Monday I feel like are all gonna be very, very solid players. These 3 right here. So if the Eagles get a chance to take Derek Stingley and Devin Lloyd, they have to take it. Derek Stingley, in my opinion, is the best corner in this draft, and overall could be one of the best players. I wanted him from the start of last season. Once I found out we had a chance at 3 first-round picks, I was very excited for that. So I thought one of them would be up there. But thankfully, Derek Stingley, for some reason, he keeps falling down. He keeps dropping on big boards. So hopefully he drops to the Eagles. All right, guys, we got to talk about it. Opening day, Phillies opening day. By the time you're watching this, you've already watched some Phillies baseball. But we got to talk about a little how I feel about the season. If you didn't see the preview show on PSM Media, make sure you go over and check that out. Also, there's going to be a pregame show where they're going to try to do it for every game. I'll definitely be making appearances from time to time. Also, I'm very busy, and I already have 2 shows on DSN, and I do a lot of stuff with social media as the intern, the one and only intern Cole. So make sure you guys go check out that. But my biggest thing for the Phillies, man, is the Phillies. I could see the Phillies winning 95 games. I could also see them winning 80. It all depends on how the bats go. If the bats are putting up 5-6 runs a game, like they should be, the pitching should be able to hold teams to under 5 runs. If you're giving up 4 runs a game, but the bats are scoring 6 runs a game, you're winning your games. You just have to – the pitching doesn't have to be great. It has to be average. Overall, the pitching has to be average. The bats have to be great. And the thing the Phillies did is the Phillies, instead of attacking their weakness in a weaker pitching after they struck out on, I'm assuming, trying to get some big name pitchers. They're like, all right, why don't we just make our strengths absolutely strong? And I think the Phillies, outside of the Dodgers, I think the Phillies have the best lineup 1 through 9. I really do. I really do think the Phillies have the best lineup 1 through 9. You could see, because here's today's starting lineup. Let's look at today's start. I believe it was Schwarber. I said on the thing yesterday, Schwarber's hitting a leadoff home run to start the season. I said that today. JT's batting second. Harper third. Castellanos fourth. Hoskins fifth. Your 1 through 5 can all hit long balls. Then you got Didi Gregorius. We've seen him in home runs. I'm not a big fan of Didi. I wanted them to start Stott at short. They didn't. I don't know why. They don't want to listen to me. And then you have Didi 6, Segura 7. I would rather have Segura the 2-hole, put Realmuto with the 6, move Didi down to 7. But at the end of the day, Segura in the 7 isn't bad because it kind of does spread the lineup out a little bit. Because then your 1 through 6 can all hit consistently. And then you got Didi Gregorius. And then you got Bryson Stott, who, as much as I know I at least am a huge Bryson Stott fan. I'm very excited to see how he does this season. He still hasn't shown anything in a regular season major league game, but we're gonna see it today. We're gonna see it today. And then Matt Vierling. I like Matt Vierling. I was a little bit more excited for Mickey Moniak, but I'm also excited to see how Matt Vierling does. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out how they do today. We're gonna find out how they do today. I'm very excited. So this Phillies team, I've talked to Scotty a little bit about it last week. Phillies ceiling is a World Series. They can win a World Series. Their floor is missing the playoffs. It's very, very wide gap. It's a lot of wiggle room there between the Phillies ceiling and their floor. It's one of the biggest ceilings to floors I've seen because we haven't seen what this team's going to do yet. We don't know how good the pitching is. We don't know how the bats, but we also know if those bats are at their best for this season, they're going to be dangerous. And if the pitching is average or above, if the Phillies pitching is better than we think or better than we want, everybody better watch out. You better watch out. I am telling you, they will be dangerous. All right, guys, I just wanted to get an episode in for you. I just want to get an episode in. It's opening day. I had to talk a little bit about it. I'm sorry. I'm very busy. We're all very busy. I will be back on my regular schedule next week. We will make sure I have a guest on here to have some conversations with. It's kind of hard sometimes talking into the camera. It's a lot easier when you're talking with somebody. So I will make sure we have a guest on next time. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Sports Rate here on DSM Media. Make sure you go follow me, DSM, and the rest of the guys on all of our social medias. Have a great day and enjoy some opening day baseball. Go Phillies.